What's up, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? Just trying to make sure everything's working correctly. Yeah. What's up, Wes? Yeah, we finally made it back. We're back to normal life. Back to normal. Some of my mornings might be a little bit different because I guess my schedule with my funded futures has changed a little bit. Remember, I told you I was going out of town last week, Nick? It was good. We were in Orange Beach, Alabama. It's the same beach we go to every year. Oh, you got back on the road again? Have you not been doing your streaming? The only thing is, I didn't trade any funded accounts last week. That's probably the only difference. So kind of a week behind on the fundeds. But it's all good. It's all good. On weekends and Sunday nights. Yeah, we're going to start trying to get on earlier in the morning if we can, especially on the days that I have to see that my schedule with my funded futures has changed. And prop firm trading is going good. I can't complain about it. I mean, we're not, we just get little payouts here and there on it, but we try our best not to spend a lot of money if we can. Asia market, all we do is pretty much work on prop our evals. I will possibly be looking for a short up here. I had a short area kind of marked out, but it is on the 5 minutes, so I'm not really sure how strong it'll be. Let me see if we've hit this area. Well, we've hit this area twice already, so this will be the third time we hit this area because I actually wanted to target the 50s up there off of the 15 minutes, but I'm not sure if we'll get up there. I feel like 35 might be kind of pushing it here. So I think what we'll do is go to 50. Today we didn't also trade any funded accounts just because price action was pretty crappy this morning starting out. It could have just wrecked you this morning. So I think we only had one good trade. I ended up getting on the phone with Methodical and we were just kind of talking and trading at the same time. And I think that was the only good trade I had today. We took that like 70, 80 point short with a few micros. Actually, I think it's this account that we're actually trading too. You already done for the night? Heck yeah, man. I'm only up like 70 bucks on the eval at the moment. So Monday morning, yeah, Monday morning was bad. I pretty much stayed away from it myself. Like I said, we took a few little eval trades. That is something I'm trying to get better at is recognizing if price action is bad, man. Sometimes it's not just try not to force a funded trade and just trade evals. Unfortunately, the only account that I'm close to payout is on the Lucif account, and I need about $350. But I don't think I'm gonna take the profit this time at 1,000. I really want to get about $1,500 if I can. Let's see, where are we? I'm looking at the, what's that, 84, possibly on the 15 minutes. So, unfortunately, we probably won't get any big movements for the next 5 minutes to 15 minutes, depending on the top of the hour. So, we also change microphones and cameras, so hopefully the camera looks a little bit better than the last camera we had, and the microphone hopefully sounds a little bit clearer. I do trade 50Ks, but at the moment I'm trading a 25K. I'm trading on Bulanox accounts. I don't know if you guys noticed, Bulanox has finally updated their stuff. They finally have come around to what everybody else is doing. They have like multiple options now. So some that kind of competes with Luciv as far as the, they don't have that expensive upfront fee if you get to funded. But like I said, I was always a fan of the other one, even though I had to pay more up front. So you just have to look at their page and see if there's something that would work for you if you're using prop firms. But I'm trading 3 different prop firms. We're trading Bulanox, Luciv, and my funded futures. I actually kind of feel overwhelmed because I feel like I have to find way too many trades because what is it? We're trading 5 different Bulanox accounts, 3 fundeds, 2 evals. Luciv, we have 4 evals with 1 fundeds, and I have no fundeds with my funded futures. We're pretty close to getting back to funded with my funded futures. I think we're a little over halfway there on 2 accounts. Let's see. I've been pushing them pretty hard. So we have 1800s, and those are 50Ks. And the 25K, I have 600 on it. So like I said, we still need quite a bit. So hopefully by the end of the month, we can get those passed. But like I said, it does get overwhelming when you're trading a lot. But I do like to rotate accounts. Don't feel comfortable with the whole copy trading quite yet. Or maybe I just need to copy trade 2 accounts. Maybe that'll be the best way to do. Just copy trade 2 accounts. That way it's not too bad. So I feel like the safe targets here, if you just happen to get long on this retest, the entry is the retest of the 100, guys. I've already entered this twice. So I actually entered on this initial breakout here. Then we pull back, retest. I grabbed another $40, but you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 candles here of just, of running wicks. So your entry, if you were looking for, say, 5, 10, 15 points, was off that 30,100. Let's see. Thanks, Matt. Entries for 5 jewels. Oh, goodness. I couldn't even tell you what those jewels do on YouTube. So if they cost you money, I'm not really sure. I don't even think I've ever looked into the jewel thing. I think I'm not sure if that's like TikTok or what. So all that's kind of new to me. I couldn't even tell you where you would even look that stuff up if that's something that you had to pay for it. But I think it's like, I know like on TikTok, I think like the hearts are pennies. You're just smashing buttons. Yeah, don't waste your money on that stuff. Cause like I said, dude, I'm not sure what that even is, if it costs you money, but I'm not positive. So But like I said, I think tomorrow we may be trying to start our stream early just because this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll be on the My Funded Futures in the morning at 9 o'clock from 10:30. So I won't be streaming some mornings unless I start early. I thought about getting on it like the close of the 4 hour candle at 5, because I don't know if you ever guys notice, a lot of times we get a decent move at 5 o'clock in the morning. If you go back and look at the 4 hour candle, so this would be your 5 o'clock candle, even though you would really want it to run this 4 hour low, but you can see the next 5 hour candle, or after that, actually that would be 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, 5 o'clock would be my time. So we didn't really run the 4 hour lows on either candle this morning. Let's see. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. So unfortunately, this would have been at 2 o'clock in the morning where you run the 4 hour candle. Then you had the move. Or this was from what, Friday or Thursday last week, where you ran the 4 hour low, kind of consolidated a little bit before we continue selling off. This week we ran the 4 hour low. I want to say this is also a setup that I look for every day now. If we can find it, this is a really good pattern for trades if you're looking for an entry model. So what you're looking for is either a bullish or bearish 5-minute candle, 15-minute candle, or even an hour candle. I've gone back and been looking at higher time frames to see how often this sets up. So you're just looking for this next little like bearish, basically bear flag, I guess you can call it. And what it is, the third candle will usually get the breakout. So this actually happened on the 1 hour candle this morning. Let me switch over to the hour candle and I can kind of show you where it happened at this morning. At least I thought it was the hourly. Let's see, that was Sunday night. Maybe it was the 15. Oh, wait, here it is. Here it is. I was like, well, I knew I saw it somewhere. So basically you get the big bullish move. Unfortunately, it happened at 4 o'clock this morning. So basically here's your consolidation candle and here's your third candle breakout. But, it's just one of these things. You just kind of have to be here when it happens. So, to me, it's not as good sometimes whenever the wick is way below it. It usually works a little bit better when there's kind of smaller consolidation where the body is closed below the previous candle. I haven't really looked at some of the higher time frames with this, but I definitely always look for it on the 5 minutes. Oh, I think there was actually one this morning. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so here it is on the 15 minutes this morning. Big bearish candle, or you can even kind of say this one, but that one's kind of iffy because it didn't break this one. But you don't usually want it with a big wick. This one's a little bit cleaner with a small wick, small body. Then this third candle will be your breakout. And you almost had it right here back to back on the 15-minute candles. To me, it's a little bit better too whenever there's an imbalance in between the previous candle. So you had an imbalance here. Very little, but it was there. A lot of times it looks a little better on the 5 minutes. But if you can pick out this pattern either on the different time frames, a lot of times you get big moves on that third candle. So this was to what we took today for this short. We took this short here today, but it was on the 5 minutes. But I didn't notice that I was getting this setup until I went back and looked at it. I saw it on my trading view charts. but I got short from 84, and we, like I said, we were up almost 90 points. This was the one that we took 80 points, but I think we took like 200 or 300 points on this same eval that we're trading at this moment. I feel like there's going to be a lot of resistance up here into the between what 28 to 50 for this 1 hour candle. We'll have to get through the 25, 26. I'm hoping that the 25 can kind of, this hourly candle can kind of fill in this gap all the way up to 50 here. What time we got to the top of the hour? We've got about 9 minutes to the top of the hour. I will go close to break even at the top of the hour just because you never know what you're going to get at the top of the hour. We don't want to be stuck in a oopsie trade and it just dumps on us. I mean, I don't mind risking a little bit just because it's only the eval that we one micro we have left. So we'll have to see. Smashing the buttons. Yeah, it'll probably be a little slow in the lobby the next few days. Anytime you usually stop streaming or you take a week off, usually the YouTube stops kind of pushing your stream out there. TikTok's probably the same way. TikTok does the same thing. I think they stop pushing your stream if you take a week off. Which we're probably not going to have any more days off for a while. Yeah, like I said, I think that 25 was definitely the safe target. Yeah, it's just part of it, man. They want you streaming nonstop. You know, if you take time off, dude, they will stop pushing your channel out there. So then I saw that YouTube's gonna make it harder to get monetized for people because you know they're pushing watch hours up to 8,000. Dude, that's like the hardest thing to get. Those watch hours, they're tough to get. Unless you just get some big breakout video, but shoot. That's not me. Usually you don't get those kind of videos on, you know, this type of, unless you're doing some kind of teaching. Usually the best trading videos that get the most watches is usually some kind of teaching, you know, everybody's teaching some type of strategy type thing. That's usually the most cases with the high watch videos. That's even the deal with like, you know, ICT and a few of those other big streamers. So we will not give this probably more than 10 points of drawdown. Like I said, we're going to watch for the top of the hour, guys. We got 5 minutes to go to the top of the hour. I do not want to be stuck in this trade at the top of the hour. I mean, I'll give it 10 points and that's it. Now I'm gonna sit right under the V. Actually, I may even give it a little bit more. I'll sit right under that VWAP. Then if we get a VWAP bounce, I will just add in. But I'm thinking there's a lot of candles here, so I would think that would hold up. I wanted to add in there, but I would really like it for it to pull back into the 90s to try to do another add in. You don't really want us on the 5 minutes. You kind of like us. Let's see. If I'm watching the 15 minutes, if we can kind of get that pull back into the 90s, maybe right hit that 90 level, do like a retest of the 90. I just know if you're in long, you want to be careful here at the top of the hour because a lot of times in Asia market, we get usually a decent move here at the 9 o'clock hour. Not saying that's going to happen, but a lot of times it does. Rico candle is looking pretty good too as far as bullish goes. So it looks like it's probably going to bounce off 97 if you're watching the Rico candles. The lower end of the Rico candles has it all the way down to 83. And that's also a 15 minutes kind of down there where support and resistance is on the 15 minutes also. Let's see. Nick, do you have a YouTube channel or are you only streaming on TikTok? Like I said, I will add into this around the 90s, around that VWAP. I just don't want to add in too soon. Oh, you're only on TikTok? Okay. Like I said, 83 is kind of the bottom of this range where it could pull back. And one micro, we could risk a little bit more since we had a fairly decent trading session today on this account. You got about 2 minutes to the top of the hour, guys. So just be aware of that. If you're fairly new to trading Asian market, a lot of times at the top of that in the Asian market, usually the top of the hour are usually your best trades as far as your moves go. Most nights, like even if we push down here, I don't see how we don't run into all of this consolidation here. I mean, there's so much consolidation down here in the 80s too. So that's why I said it may be good spots to add in if you add in down here. All right. Minute 30 to go. Minute 30 to go. Like I said, I want to try to add into this. I want to try to get like another 30, 40 bucks out of this. So I'm going to try to add 3 more contracts here. It may be better if I just push the button. All right, less than a minute to go. So I'm hoping this wicks down real quick, kind of bounces off of the VWAP one more time. Smash it, don't push it. Smash the button. Drop the hammer. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get here. Hmm. I still don't trust it yet. All my stuff says we're going down. Nighttime, we're just pretty much just trading off support and resistance off the 5 minutes. Kind of all my stuff is pointing down. That's the only thing that kind of sucks here. I won't give this more than 10 points of drawdown. So anything over 10 points will close this. Uh, More or less, if you want to see that, you would have to come in the New York session. We just pretty much trade off higher time frames. It's just multiple of things to price action in the New York session. I don't really have a strategy that I trade here in the Asia market. How do you get on the Asia market? Um, I don't know. Asia market's always open. Off support and resistance. So my original entry was off of all these 5 minute candles. These are just add-ons that I've been adding on throughout the night. So we've been in this trade for like the last 45 minutes. Yeah, the Asia market, you can trade them from anywhere. It's just a futures market. Uh, it varies every single trade. Every trade's different. New York is a little bit more structured than I am in the Asia market. So that's why I only trade evals in the Asia market. I don't really, I don't know. Asia market's a little weird to me as far as price action goes. Like I said, I will give this to 86 to pull back. We should get another bounce at 86. And we may even add in at 86. We should get a bounce here at 86. Uh, we get through the 100s, you should at least get a push to the 14s. Oh, it just wouldn't tick me on that one. Don't let me down, Ricos. I know we can at least get a push to 108. Past 108, I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll mark these out just in case. 108 and 114. $96 would be the pullback that you don't want to see fail here, because my Rico candles have not crossed over yet. So you're still kind of out of the range. Like I said, you need to see 96, 95. I may even do maybe one more add in if I can bring my average down. If 96 holds here. So we're just risking our profits from earlier. So right now we're $9 in the red. Oh shit. Wes, when did you take your trade tonight? I don't know if we'll get that 14 push back up or not. Oh, here comes another 5-minute candle. That would be kind of what, a 21 EMA bounce, a little bit. It's given us opportunities to go to break even, but man, I feel like we can at least get that '08 before we run into resistance. If you get through the '01s here, you should at least get a, I think we at least get a push up to 14. Either '08 or 14, then we kind of go from there. All right, now I'm not sure about the '08 here. If we get the '08, we should get a nice push. But we got to get through the '08 here. There's the first test. Then we'll mark the 14. I wasn't sure if it was going to come crashing down after it hit the '08. I knew it was going to take a little bit to get through that because you can look at it. I mean, there's what, 5, 6 candles there. So it's going to take a little bit to get through the '08s. Thank you guys all for watching and showing up tonight and hanging out and chatting a little bit. Appreciate it. Get on through it. Trying to just see where if we can get through this level. Big nice candle here. About to have a new 5-minute candle, new 15-minute candle also. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is there is no wick on the bottom of this 5-minute candle. And most of the time, if you have no wick on the bottom of your 15-minute candle, 5-minute candle, that thing wants to come back and clean that up. Maybe it has a baby wick and I can't see it. I don't see one. There's nothing there. It could easily come back and clean this up, guys. What happens, you'll hit that 14 up here and that thing will come flying back down. Or do we come down now? Hopefully not, but could. This is a pretty dirty looking price action, guys. Very, very wicky. So the best thing that I can say if you want to trade this is to go in small and add to your positions. Like take small profit, wait for it to pull back, find resistance, add to your entry. So those contracts that we just took off, that was either the third or fourth time that we've added to this entry. So what it is, we'll add 3 contracts, 4 contracts, take that quick 40, 50 bucks, then move on, then wait for either another pullback or if we can find another position in. So right now we're just sitting in it with 1 micro waiting. to see if we get another pullback down here. Now, if we pull back down here to clean up that 94 that doesn't have a wick on it, we may try to add another contract if we pull back. But so far, this is very choppy price action for the Asia. I mean, this is normal Asia market, very wicky. You can look at the 5-minute candles. I mean, that was actually the first clean 5-minute candle that we've had. Everything else has been just big wicks. Oh, goodness. Ah. Oh, there it comes. That's what I was saying about coming back and cleaning up that wick, guys. It's going to get down there. It likes to clean it. The 5 minutes, anytime you're looking at some of these higher time frames and they don't have a wick on that previous candle, always be weary of it pulling back to clean up those candles. So, very, very normal. We just don't want it to flat. We just want it to just what? Where could we? Let's see where we could pull back. You kind of want to see what do we got to get cleared? 94, maybe 95 to 90 area you can clear up to just to move back up. So all right. What's up, iTrades? How are you doing? About to have a new 5-minute candle here. We're doing pretty good. No trades for you tonight. Oh, thanks. Thanks, iTrades. Triple equal lows on the 1 minute. Maybe that's the add-in spot there. Yeah, we're just in this for 1 micro at the moment. So this is my last runner. I was going to see if we can add into it here and get a few more points. You would think that we would bounce out of this a lot. There's a lot of wicks down here to bounce off of. We should at least get 95, I think. Just don't want to let this get too much out of hand if for some reason it decides it wants to get a big push down. Dude, did that thing... It didn't fill me. All right. Where can we push back up to? We have still yet to touch that 13 up there. Also, the 15 minutes would need to lose the 80, 85s for us to move down. Like I said, very choppy price action. As you can see, we're just pretty much just taking wick bounces. There is no reason to close this. I mean, you have over an hour of consolidation here, a lot of consolidation down here, so no reason to close it down there. Especially in the Asia market, whenever you pretty much get all these wick bounces, so it's just going to be bouncing wick between wicks. So pretty much while ago we got stuck at this consolidation period here, pretty much retested this consolidation. So maybe we get through this time. Shoot, man, we would have to get back through the... So next add in down here, if we push down and retest the 78s. And that would be your previous day close there at the 80s. Sell, buy, sell, buy. What am I buy? Oh, shoot. Okay. Woo. All right. I had to get out of that. I hit the wrong button. Oh, shoot. Nice bounce off the previous day close. Wow, that paid almost 15 points. I didn't expect it to pay that much. It took those equal lows. Yeah. It wasn't on that candle, was it? Or was it the previous candle? What time frame is that, Simple Crystal? Oh, so you said, oh, in the 1 minute on the 70. Okay. Well, I would say equal lows, or I would say 75, the whole number. You know, the 75 is always one of those levels that hold up. A lot of times you hit that 75, pull back into the 90s. Then once you break back through the 75, for anybody that likes whole numbers, this is why a lot of times if I'm shorting under 90, I will you want to take it 10 points before 75 because a lot of times the quarter numbers or whole numbers, you're always going to get bounces most of the time. So this is why I'll never take a long into say 90 to 100 to 10. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll wait for it to hit the actual whole number of the whatever 100 you're at. It'll usually pull back, hit the 90, go up to 10, pull back into the 90s again. Then when it's going through that second time, I like to smash it. And then you want to look for 10 points before 25 because a lot of times at your 25 level, you'll get another rejection. I mean, this is pretty much where this got rejected at tonight, this wick. But there's other stuff up there, but a lot of times it's always around whole numbers. So I want to say that's probably my at least. So all these add-in guys, we're only looking for 5 points. So we're only looking for like 40 or 50 bucks per add-in. And this way we can hold on to our 1 micro. So we're still in this for 1 micro. And so we're just kind of waiting if this next move may get us through this stuff here. But man, that's a lot of consolidation here. And we're about to have a new 30-minute candle. So you're about to get all your new 30 minutes, 15 minutes, new 5 minutes here. So hopefully this candle will give us a little bit more move, kind of tell us which way we're going here. But looking at my charts, everything tells me to look for shorts. But man, it's so hard to believe that we're not going back up. Simple Crystal, are you excited about the morning? Gonna have to find you some good upper stuff to make you feel get hyper. Go get you some energy drinks or something. Pound the B12. Sometimes I gotta do something, man, because sometimes I feel so blah in the evenings. Some coffee or something. I don't know. Gotta pound some caffeine. I wouldn't say excited. I told Methodical he needs to get you a better looking camera so you're not on that laptop camera. You tell him you want a YOLO camera. That's what I bought. I just bought a YOLO camera. It's a huge difference. If you go look at the video I made today and my previous videos, man, the YOLO camera is like quadruple better than that freaking other camera. What is that? Elgato camera. Even though it was the on the lower end of Elgato, so I can't be bashing the Elgato camera. Eagle person. Yeah, look. The other videos made me look a little grayish. Oh goodness. Guys, hopefully we're just not fighting the shorts. Dude, the 15 minutes just changed to the down. But it's so hard for me to short into all this consolidation. I would have to basically let us print below all this stuff because we can look for the previous day low down here at 30,053. But like I said, it would be really tough for me to. I may just let myself get stopped out here on my runner. Just get back 20 bucks in profit here. Looking for wicks. Yeah, I told Methodical Man that it's really hard to stream with two people. You know, I remember when I first started streaming with Methodical Man, I told him, I said he already had a bunch of practice streaming with somebody and I didn't. And Methodical, he'll talk a lot, so you almost have to butt in a little bit when you're streaming with him, Crystal. Tell him, say, hey, give me a turn. It's harder to stream with multiple people because you just have to just almost wait your turn or wait. I don't know. It's different. So it's definitely an adjustment here. All right, guys. So it looks like my runner is going to get stopped out here. I may even try another short down here. As long as it stays under the 80s. I don't know. Still, let's see. What's up, Boo Boo? Bobo? I trades. Yeah. It definitely takes a little bit to get used to. I'm gonna see if we pull back up to 88 to 91 here. The only target to the downside here is going to be your previous day low here at 30,053. You'll hold the morning trade for 4 hours. Heck yeah. That's pretty wild. This morning was pretty choppy, especially if you're just doing scalping. This morning was impossible to scalp. No. Might not get that pushback up to 88. It's a big wick there that we haven't retested, 84, but really the 88 stuff. May get the 5 points off of that wick there. Yeah, you did. God, man, I wasn't sure, didn't want to. That was like an instant 5 points. I don't really have no trading strategy here in the Asia market, man. We're just trading off support and resistance off of these 5 minute candles and Rico candles. Just trading price action. There's no like certain strategy in the Asia market for me because it's to me it's a little it's difficult for me to trade Asia market. I still feel like I struggle in the Asia market sometimes. That's why we don't trade funded accounts in the Asia market. Probably 3 years or so, a little over 3 years, I think. Uh, 88 for sure, but I kind of want to go for the 90 hit here, but that was weird. Oh, goodness. All right, first target. There's nothing like trading off the Rico candles, guys. Asia market. HF HTF. I'm not sure what that is. These are 5 minute charts. Yeah, we're trading off. We're watching the 15 minutes, the 1 hour, and the 5 minutes, and Rico candles. So we are trading off higher time frame support and resistance. Our wicks. What's our chances of getting that previous that this sweeping this low down here? I think I'm gonna shoot 60. Use. I think 60 is a safe target. High frequency trading. It's going. Well, we're almost through all these wicks. Hmm. Uh, we could get a bounce. We've already kind of gone through this area once down here on the hourly. Man, the next wick down for the hourly, man, it's all the way down at 991. Where's 15 minutes? 25. Should get us down there. Yeah, HTF. All right, guys, look, no wick on that 75 candle, so you know it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back to 74, 75. It's got to clean up that wick. So hopefully we run this 60 level, then pop back up. All right, we're going to try to lock in at least 10 points of this, just in case. Because I know it's going to want to come back here. Dude, no, we didn't. Oh, yeah, New York every day. No, it's like I said, I'm anticipating this to come back to 75. All right, let's see if we can get that pullback. Where could we bounce? Where could we bounce to come back and clean that crap up? Shoot, we still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Hmm. 61 to 47. Do we bounce? All right, come on. It may not hold here. I don't want to give this a lot of room in case it decides it don't want to hold here. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, looks like we may get stopped out on here. All right, so I guess we're going to get back 60 bucks of profit here. If this next 5-minute candle prints and gets back above it, we will hop back in again. May not push back up here. Ooh, we're going to get stopped twice. Like I said, we won't give this more than 10 points. That's kind of my line in the sand here, guys. I don't think we're, man, this could go all the way down to 30,005 before it pull. Let's see, 34. All right, we're gonna get stopped out on this one because I can't add in anymore, so we'll have to just get stopped out on this one. I thought we would get another little bounce back up there at kind of retrace this candle. I still feel like we go back up to 75. All right, stopped out on that one. Sorry about this. I gotta adjust. Man, the thing is just. See how there's no wick on this 5 minute candle? That's kind of what we were looking for. We have to do a different account. No, I didn't get the any of the dip. Well, I take that back. We did take some of the dip to 60, but we were looking for another trade for the pullback up. What was that? Friday's low here at 24. All right, about to have a new 5 minute candle. Ooh. Yeah, I know. It's like downtown. What's that? 77? I would think you would think that we get a big bounce off of the 30,000s here. All right, so we're just kind of sitting on our hands and waiting. Does 30,000 hold? On the hourly candle, you do have a pivot down at 990. So a lot of times we bounce off these pivots. Wow, big hourly candle, man. Right now, guys, we're just kind of sitting on our hands and just waiting to see what happens with the 30,000. Should be a pretty big number here. Woo, it blasted that 30,000. What a big move down, guys. Big move down. Nice if you're able to catch a lot of that. I'm over here was trying to long back up to the 75s. That got me a couple of my caused me to take a couple of small losses while ago. We got an hourly, like I said, hourly pivot there. And I want to say 77 was the 15-minute pivot. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. Just wait for this 5-minute candle to print. Oh, all right. Let's see what's going to happen here at the 30,000s. I still can't believe that we're going to leave that no wick up there at the No, I have no idea why. I don't think there's any news, but I'm not really watching any for any news. There could be news. I know there's tons of there's like constantly war news and stuff like that coming out. A jet. To me, this kind of this 90 level here. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. We're going to wait for the next 5 minute candle. Still got about a minute 20 seconds left. And see, there's also a 15-minute pivot at 75. Little 5 minute inside bar for anybody that likes trading inside candles. I still prefer to see the pullback. Mm. I was hoping that we would have a little pullback first. Maybe what's that? Oh nine. Let's see. Might just end up missing it. Oh goodness. The ES was stuck here a lot today, so we may not get back above that. Well, no, I take that back. There's a lot of consolidation at 63 on the ES, so we may not get back through that. There's the '09 bounce. You're thinking of longs? I was only thinking of longs because I wanted to see us push up and clear up that no wick on that candle. If we can touch '04 and kind of bounce off '04, then pop back above 10 maybe. You're looking for 901? I don't mind a... Oh, you're looking for 901 to the downside. Okay. I'm just looking for 5 points and a runner to 35. That's it. 5 points. 5 points and a runner to 35. Hmm. Hmm. All right, new 5 minute candle. Push. May not be able to find an entry here because I was hoping it would retest that 30,000 and see if that holds. Here we go. There's the... All right, there's that '04. What's up? How you doing today, Head? We're doing good. I did, but I lost some of it trying to long it back up to retest this 5 minute candle. We were short. The first short came from 85 to 60. And like I said, I tried to take a bounce off that previous day low there at 53. Should have gave Walter my pivot. But every trade we've entered has only been on 2 or 3 micros. We haven't been trying not to over leverage. Would you go in super high, Nick? Waiting to strike. Oof. All right, about to have a new 5 minute candle on a 3 day losing streak. Oof. Yeah, that's what I'm trying not to get myself caught up in the move back up because I'm going to end up. That's kind of what I felt like I was doing a while ago whenever we were trying to take that move back up on the previous day low. Same thing with here. Like I said, I was looking for a push back up to 30s. But we only got about $100 in green left because if we take another loss, we pretty much lose all of our profit that we made from earlier. We already lost about half of it. Those last 2 trades up there. We got another 15-minute pivot. Shoot, if we get through at 91, Got another pivot at 75. So here. Don't tick me. Very short leash on this. Next, it's going to be that 75. I'm trying to find what'll be my safe target here. That 75 is a 15-minute wick. I don't know. It's like there's nothing down here. You got 911, 930, 950. We're just going to go with 950. All right. Actually, we'll just choose 55. You're looking for 941? Well, if you look to the left on the 1 hour candle, there is a lot of wicks in that area. I wasn't sure if we would bounce off of those or not. Yeah, 29, 45. So a lot of wicks in that area. I wasn't sure. I haven't even looked at the higher time frames here. Man, where could this thing come back up to? 77 to 88. Come on. Just a few more. Nice. Oh, there's your 41, dude. Nice on the 41, dude. Heck yeah. Weird price action, man. It's like it's trying to go and go. It's like striking it. It has not been clean. That's okay. I was going to take the safe target. My safe target was going to be 50. Goodness. The next level down from there, man, is going to be down at 911. I don't know if we want to re-enter. We got most of our profit back that we lost on that freaking trade up there. So we're back up to 192. So unfortunately, all we did was made back the stuff we lost a while ago. Unfortunately. And I still don't think we're up as much. I think we were over $200 a while ago. And yeah, so we didn't even make back what we were up because we took those back-to-back losses. So yeah, just straight dumpage. But that is something that I do not do anymore is I will just take my loss in the Asia market. We're not going to sit here and try to DCA back into these trades. If I tried to DCA back into this, I would have just blown this 25K if I did this. So I try not to do that anymore if I can't help it. I'd rather just take my $60 loss or whatever loss and move on. So big nice sell off. Dude, what is crazy is I did not think we were going this far down. And I was actually, what, short from right under, what were we short around up here on this? We got, I want to say it was this candle right here, this this 90 pullback a while ago. We were short, and that's the one we took down to 60, and we took it down to the right above the previous day low because I wasn't sure if we are going to get through that. And so, and that's where I took my losses because I kept trying to long it back above that previous day low. I can't believe we left that freaking no wick candle up there, man. We always come back and clean those up. Maybe that's just something we don't do in the Asia market. I don't know. Man, it's like we're due for a pullback here. I say that and we just keep selling. It's like, just keep selling. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. I don't know how far this mic works. I don't know how close I need to be to this mic to work best. I don't know how much of my voice changes with this microphone. Yeah, nice call out on that 41 trading. Hold. Like I said, we're not jumping back in. We done sold off so much. I feel like now I'm just kind of chasing. I feel lucky enough to got another little trade in there before the end of the night here. It's like, dude, how do we not pull back to that 9 EMA? Dude, the 9 EMA is all the way back up there at 30,000. Doom, doom, doom. They will. I'm not going to chase any more trading. I'm going to sit on my hands. I think that's going to be my last trade of the night because I only need $300 more to pass this account. And Buell Knox changed it where you only can have 5 funded accounts. So I have no reason to really continue after this account. I was starting probably after I pass this account. We're going to probably strictly be trading the elusive evals. You only can have 5 funded with Buell Knox. So, and I've already got 5 funded with them, or 6 funded with them, and so there's really no reason for me to get any more. It used to be up to 10 or 11, and that's what I was trying to get. But no reason. So yeah, we're about $300 away from passing this next 25K. Then, like I said, I think after we pass it, we're just going to be strictly doing elusive evals. But I don't know, some of those more expensive evals, I'm not a fan of trading those in the Asian markets because some nights I just kind of mess up. Next support and resistance on the hourly, man, is all the way down at 840. So we could easily have another 100-point sell-off. Oh, music, you feel another dump coming? Dude, we already had 100 and like 150-point dump. I'm done chasing. I'm not gonna chase anymore. So I'm happy with the results that we have tonight. Yeah. I know what'll happen if I continue jumping into this. I will end up losing my profit. That's usually what happens. It's kind of like me trying to take that long up at the previous day low. I was trying to chase back up to the 75 to retest that no wick candle, and we just did not get it. Which is mind-boggling to me because most of the time we want to retest those candles with no wick. And see, I did not check NQ. On the NQ, it could have a wick. So let me check over the NQ. So that's something I don't check. Yeah, see what I mean? So on the NQ, it had a wick. So if I realized that, I wouldn't have been chasing that. So that's the only thing about when you see a no wick on the MNQ, sometimes the NQ will have a wick on it. It's tiny, but it's there. So instead of me looking over there to make sure I didn't do that, and I was chasing that no wick candle back up there. If not, these type of trades like these are kind of my favorite too, where we wick back into support and resistance. So like if we get below like a previous day low, previous day close, or something like that, and we wick back into it, then get short here at the body. So I kind of like taking those type of breakout trades. You see 822. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I think looking at the 1 hour candle, we got, that's like the next leg all the way down at, yeah, 817, 820. But it'll be I guess try to find an entry. That'll be the key. You don't know what kind of pullback you're going to have to get in it. Trades, how heavy are you going into your contract? Are you trading small or are you trading large size? Yeah, Wes, I don't know if I answered your question. We got 2 shorts on this move down. The first short was for 25 points. I lost that profit because I was trying to long back above the previous day low. Then I got some of my profit back on this last short. We got short at 85 and took it down to 50 or 55. Now we're just kind of sitting on our hands. 15 minutes. If you're looking at 15 minutes, we can look for 871, 893. But like I said, it's just finding the entry. Okay, that's similar to what I do too. A lot of times I go in with 3 micros, 4 micros, and I like to add in sometimes after I hit those first initial targets. So that's kind of what you see me doing a lot is trying to add in. Oh no. I could never get 15 or 20 micros in, dude. I direct my little 25K, 50Ks. These little prop firm counts would just get wrecked on those size 15 to 20 micros. I would need to have a big size account to do that heavy. You gotta think 20 micros. I mean, dude, that's only like 20 points of drawdown. 25 points or something like that. I blow my account. Trading 25 is looking, dude, I think next target down before we find resistance is on the 15 minutes, and that's going to be at the 880s, 890s. I usually only trade funded accounts is usually what I trade during the New York session. Asia market, I only trade on evals. I usually just work on my evals in the Asia market because I still find myself struggling sometimes in the Asia market. I've only been trading Asia market consistently probably since December, January of, earlier this year. So only about 6, 7 months of trading the Asia market on a consistent basis. So, and I have yet to get comfortable trading my funded accounts in the Asia market. So we usually just work on our evals during the Asia market, and during the New York session, we start out looking for 1, 2, 3 funded trades. Then, if it offers that many funded trades, and then we switch over to evals again. Because we trade a lot of accounts, we rotate through our accounts. So we're trading, let's see, man, quite a bit at the moment. I almost feel overwhelmed at the moment. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 or 13 different accounts that we're trading. So kind of overwhelming. I think we traded 3 different accounts today. Most of them were my funded future accounts. And I don't think we took any trades on elusive, and we traded this. No, we took 2 my funded futures and 1 Beulah-Knox trade today, but no funded trades today. Sometimes it's difficult for me to trade my fundeds whenever I'm on my funded futures, just because it kind of gets me off a little bit because I have to focus on other things. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to focus on my funded trades. Just because there's a little bit more going on whenever I'm doing that. So it's a little bit, at least as right now, I haven't really got to the point where I feel like trading my funded. So we usually on the my funded futures, we're just trading the my funded futures evals at the moment. Hopefully pretty soon we start trading fundeds. We still need another, let's see, $1,100. We're at 51,000 or 51,876. You got to get to $3,000 to pass. And the 25K, I'm at 25,664. So still another halfway there on that one too. So still good ways to get those to pass. All my funded accounts I have now are through Lucive and Bulanox. Those are the only two prop firms that I ever take payouts on. Which I don't know if we'll get a Bulanox payout this month. We took two out last month, but this month, I think the only thing I see manageable getting this month is probably a Lucive payout. And that's only going to be between $500 to $1,000. So not the greatest payout, but it's a payout, hopefully. I think we need $350 to get to the threshold, and I like to get a little bit bigger buffer if I can before we do take the payout, if we can. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm like I said, guys, I don't think I'm gonna jump into any more entries. I just feel like it's gonna slow down a little bit, and every entry you jump in, it's just gonna be a straight grind, and you're just gonna be just kind of just chilling here, just trying to stay awake watching this stuff. So I feel like we just had some nice moves on the way down. Like, dude, we just literally went what 150 points in 30 minutes. So that's some good movement. You don't get that always in the New York sessions. I mean, Asia market. So, oh, we'll just have to get up in the morning and start over and see where the market pushed to overnight. I'm not really sure, Wes, but we had some. Oh, wait, those are some. That was a different message. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness. What time is it? All right. Yeah, so we're going to be heading out in a minute, and we will be back in the morning for the New York session. Uh, oh, you took your profit? Nice. I think it has more on the way down there, but man, I don't want to hold. I think your next level down is going to be 29,080. That's a 15 minutes support resistance there. Is it 80? Let's see. Yeah, 29,980 to 993.71. So, yeah, a lot of times in this nighttime market, man, I like to have those safe targets that I take that I know is going to hit and just take your profit. There's nothing worse than not taking your profit and being up 20, 30 points and that stuff comes back and stops you out. Because that's the only thing about the Asia market. It likes to come back and retest. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone for hanging out, showing up, messaging a little bit, sharing some trades. That's the best part about the trading community, people sharing ideas. So appreciate it. Hopefully, if you took losses tonight, it was at least a manageable loss. I did lose a little bit of profit. I didn't because I was up and I took those two losses trying to long the that previous day low down there. But we're able to get most of it, not most of it back, but I think we finished at 191. Uh-oh. I lost my account. I lost the thing. There it is. Yeah, so we finished at 192 tonight. This is an eval. We're at 200, so we still need $300 more to pass. But like I said, we're not going to continue working on those Bewley fundeds because they lowered down the amount of fundeds you can have to 5. And I was trying to get up to 11. And so there's no reason to continue working on those no more. So we already have the 6 funded accounts, and I'm just going to finish that last one off. And so what they do is they sit in reserve. So if you fail a funded, you'll just have another one waiting. And so what we're going to do now is start working on the elusive fundeds because I only have one elusive fundeds. And I've really been wanting to get all 5 and max those out and maybe copy trade 2 at a time on those. Because those are, to me, they're pretty easy to get the payouts. If you're looking for easy accounts to get the payout, elusive is fairly easy. As far as if you're trading small size, because you only got to make $1,000 on the fundeds. But the hard part is, which, I already knew that was the case because Nick has shared that with me, is you take your payout out and it only leaves 50%. Thank you. I usually always do it on YouTube. I do put my live in Discord sometimes, but because there's no delay, that's the only reason I was putting it in there. So if you watch it in Discord under live, I mean it's a free Discord, but there's no delay. Like if you're watching on YouTube, YouTube has delays, TikTok has delays. Everybody has at least a 4 or 5 second delay. It makes it harder to copy somebody if you're copying someone trading because you're going to be late to the price action or you're going to get in late to the price action. So that's the only downside to, unless you're copying a certain strategy off a certain level, it's easier. But if you're just taking breakout trades, which I'm doing most of the time, it's a little bit difficult. So, but in the morning time, a lot of times we're trading around higher time frames and we're trading 15-minute breakouts. So like this morning, unfortunately it was scalpy, but most of the trades this in the morning time we're trading around our 15 minutes. And all these boxes, let's see, and all the boxes that you see on my chart in the mornings represent higher time frames. So what this does, it allowed me to watch higher time frames without watching multiple charts. So if you're looking at these boxes, so let's see, these purple boxes are your 4-hour highs and lows. So you can see like this morning, that one big push up, we ran the 4-hour high of that previous 4-hour high, and it was pretty much down the rest of the morning. But I'm not a big fan of trading around the previous day high. So like I said, most of my entries are all level based off higher time frames, previous day high, previous day close, those type of levels. The only pattern setup that I look for, and I kind of pointed this out earlier, which I don't think we had one today. We did have one, but it was on the 15-minute charts. And I didn't know I took that short, but I didn't know what I was taking when I was taking it today. Because that was the only big move I had today. It was this short here. I was short from 84, and we ended up taking like 80 points out of this. But this is what we look for on the 5 minutes here. I would have to go back and find one. You don't get them every day. I've just started watching them on the higher. You're just looking for a kind of an imbalance gap. And it's kind of like basically trading a bull flag, bear flag. So, and you're getting short on the third candle. So this is on the 15 minutes, but I took this on the 5 minutes. And it also offered one this morning on the hourly candle too. But it was early morning, so I wouldn't have been awake to catch it. Let's see if we can find it. So, oh, yep. It was this one, but it did have a pullback to retest that wick. So I guess I don't know. I haven't really watched it a lot on the whatchamacallit, the higher time frames. Usually the 5 minutes is usually what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can go back and find one. Sorry, I'm looking to the left. The screen that you guys see is to the left of me. When was that one? That one was a little early. So that one happened pre-market. So this would be one here too. This is another pattern that I like to trade. I look for this pattern like every single day, but you don't always get it during the New York session or like, early morning. So you're just looking for that big imbalance gap or fair value gap or whatever you want to call it. Then you want to look for your consolidation candle, kind of like a bear flag, bull flag. It may look more like a bear flag on the lower time frame. I'm not really sure. And it's the third candle that you're taking your entry on. So this is what we like to look for. I feel like these always pay really well if you can get these. So, but we didn't have one today, at least not on the 5 minutes. Oh, let me go back to these boxes again, like I was saying. All right, so the bigger purple ones are your 4 hour candles, and all the white ones, the white dotted lines, are your hourly candles, and the smaller purple boxes inside of the hourly candle is your 15 minutes. So what this does, it allows me to watch all the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15 minutes all on one chart where I can see the highs and lows of the higher time frames without watching 4 or 5 charts or flipping through charts. So that's the purpose behind that for me when we're watching that in the morning. So a lot of times, if you're taking entries, like, we know we don't take entries into a bottom of a hourly candle or a 4 hour low. You can see this is pretty much what this retest was, is the bottom of this 4 hour candle and the previous day high sitting there also. So, and that's kind of how we use them in the morning, just where not to take trades. So you can already see the 4 hour candle is already starting to be, create here. So, and it just kind of does it just an indicator that does it automatically. You just set whatever times you want to be highlighted. And you can make it whatever you want. And the blue line in the middle is the 50% of the 4 hour candle. So a lot of times you'll run these 4 hour lows and you'll pull back 50% of the previous 4 hour candle. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone have a great night. Good luck if you're going to continue trading tonight. Thank you, Head. Have a great night, man. All right, everyone have a great one. Thank you.